Hello and welcome to Badminton Weekly. The HSBC BWF World Tour is in Europe for the next 2 months, where Kim Won-ho, Seung and Seung are looking to continue their dominance. The Korean trio have won all their matches played this year and will return to action at the Yonex All England to defend their title. Peter Gator and Chris Langridge are confident that the world number ones can perform well in Birmingham.
Talking about Europe, yeah. Honestly, in the past, I don't have a feeling that maybe for some other Asian countries and players, then sometimes you can see that there is a little bit of difference how they perform in Europe, how they perform in Asia. But with Korean players, I honestly, I don't think that that's a big issue. They know what they have to do. With the All England coming up, that's the big one, and that's the one they're going to be focusing on. You know, it is up to the other pairs and the other lady singles to find solutions on how to cope with this. She's a female legend already. What she has done is incredible. I am so impressed about the way she's able to perform at that level on every tournament. Some years ago, she went through quite a tough time outside court and possibly also with some injuries that she needed to face. And she overcame them, you know, she handled them. It didn't affect her for that long a time. I know how demanding it is when people on this level, everybody demands only one thing, and that is you win. If you don't win, it's not good enough. I'm sure she puts up the same standard for her, but to handle this pressure and then after a tough period, you know, before that period she was incredible. Tough period, and she handled this period, and now she's even more incredible. I'm a big fan of her. I like the style she represents. She's so elegant. She is possibly one of the best ever lady singles in her movement. And for me, it's just it's amazing to follow her.
To an extent, I do think Seung is on another planet. Her domination is incredible. The men's doubles as well, the two Koreans, as in Seung and Kim Won-ho and Seung. The consistency they have, even when slightly, and I only mean slightly injured, or the duration has been vast. So they might have 3 matches earlier in the tournament that are well over an hour. Nothing seems to affect them. And you know, it's that ability to, even when things aren't quite right, they still can perform. There are so many players that I see struggle with their conditions, or they know they're not quite performing, and the wheels come off, per se. Whereas I saw the Koreans, especially the men's doubles, and they did struggle, to be totally honest, in Malaysia. They did. They didn't play the best badminton I've seen them play. And at times I thought, are we going to see a bit of a surprise here, an upset? But they managed to find a solution, and it didn't look stressed. They trusted themselves. But the ability they have, even when things aren't working, to achieve success, this is, for me, what sets them apart.
Wang Zhi Yi is no stranger to facing Seung. The Chinese shuttler faced the Koreans 7 times in 2025 and has yet to register a single win. However, those defeats to An motivated the world number 2 to have a consistent season last year, reaching 11 finals and securing 3 World Tour titles. Wang Zhi Yi believes her rivalry with the world number 1 has contributed to her improvement.
음, 我觉得首先今年自己整体的水平发挥比较稳定，一方面是，我觉得自己的打法更加成熟、更加稳定。我觉得也是在比赛当中不断去摸索吧，然后找到自己自身打法的一些制胜规律，然后也是通过赢球、通过比赛去积累更多信心。其次是我觉得在全年，因为我们的赛事比较密集，自己在身体伤病方面控制是不错的，所以才能够一直保持这样的竞技状态。最艰难啊，其实我觉得每次跟他打比赛都非常艰难，因为他是一个非常优秀、非常全面的对手。然后，我们今年应该有过几次非常激烈的决赛，然后可能也有几场球是我在领先的，就是大比分领先的时候可能被逆转啊，所以我觉得其实每次对战他都是一个非常困难的比赛。
One game off from a 9 17 deficit. It's gone wide. The first 3 Super 1000 of the year go to Wang Zhi Yi.
其实我觉得是比较正常的事情吧，因为他的比赛的表现，包括他的排名都在那，所以其实我觉得，如果说自己发挥的好，发挥的出色，打到决赛的话，大概率的对手会是他。所以我觉得我们对于这样的情况应该是习以为常了。那其实像以前陈雨菲、山口茜啊，然后戴资颖啊、马琳这些，其实他们的交手记录都非常多。然后我觉得，其实我跟小安可能也是一个互相尊重的一个对手，然后有时候互相在比赛前可能还没有跟他对打之前，然后我们有时候碰到也会互相给对方加油这样子。可能在场下也是可以非常友善的聊天啊、交谈的一个朋友吧。可是我们通常不会聊太多，就是大概会简单的去问一下行程啊，然后一些近期的身体状态啊，然后就会问一下最近怎么样啊，这样。对。我觉得一定会的，因为有这样强大的对手，一定会给我更大的动力，让我去提升自己。我觉得首先2025是自己职业生涯以来表现最好的一个赛季了。然后，虽然在这一年当中我输掉了一些决赛，然后也有一些遗憾，但是我为自己今年的表现感到骄傲。
There was nothing lucky about that. Fourth Super 1000 final of the year, and finally wins a title.
Bulgaria won their first ever European Women's Team Championships title in Istanbul. The Bulgarians, led by Gabriela and Stefani Stoeva, defeated favourites Denmark 3-1 on finals day to seal that historic victory. The results also secured Bulgaria's participation in the Uber Cup on April 24th.
It was not a major surprise that Bulgaria was able to be maybe in the last 4 with the team they have. But to be honest, yes, it was a huge surprise that they were able to gain 3 matches against Denmark. A huge credit to the Bulgarian team. You know, they were the underdogs, and suddenly some things started to happen in the early matches. Denmark should win these 2 singles. They were the big favorites on this, but they let go of it. Huge credit to Bulgaria for kind of seizing the moment, going for it. It's nice for European badminton to see other countries coming forward. Of course, as a Dane, it's special when we don't win these team championships as we've done for many years. But it's also nice to, and I think Bulgarian badminton actually deserves, because they did a lot of good things for many years, and they also get a payback and a reward.
The Stoeva sisters aim to carry that winning momentum at the German Open this week, where they were the finalists in the last 2 editions. However, Peter Gator is wary of the challenges they could face in Mulheim.
I think it's more like within themselves. No matter how we look at it, they are in the last part of their career. And they know if they want to go all the way, they have to pull out something you know, some really strong performances, not only in 1 match, but maybe in 2-3 matches, they have to go all the distance. And in ladies doubles, it's going to be physical. And I think that's where the key to this is. Are they able to do this in 2 or 3 matches that will go maybe 1 hour, 1 hour 30, maybe more. If you look at the draw, there are other good Asian pairs as well. There are two Chinese pairs, Indonesian pairs. So I know they are number 1 seed, and they could do it, but I think it's going to be tough still for them. And maybe it's also a matter of, because Europeans possibly took a lot of energy from them, and so we'll see if they have been able to bounce back and can use that confidence to go for a German Open title. I think it's possible, but it will be very difficult.
Another pair to watch at the German Open is Feng and Huang Dongping. The Chinese shuttlers have won 4 titles in the last 5 tournaments played, with their only loss coming recently at the Yonex Sunrise India Open. Despite their defeat, Chris Langridge explains why the world number ones are still the ones to beat.
I mean, there's a long list, to be honest. We could be here some time, but no, it's, Huang Dongping, she has been one of the very best in the world now for, we're talking probably 8, close to 10 years. She's so experienced. Every part of her game is good. She's just so solid. She reads the game well. She finds the gap. And in this partnership, she has done something slightly different for me, which is she's kind of taken on that captain's role, which is to guide Feng, because he is younger, he is less experienced, and her objective is to help him in difficult situations. And I've been at some tournaments where I've been quite lucky that I can actually hear what they've said. Now, I can't speak Mandarin, but I have found out the translation, and she is just guiding him. She's trying to help him on the journey, which is trying to get him to understand that when you put pressure on yourself, you make your life more complicated because you're putting the pressure on you, and it is harder then. Your brain can't process information in the same way. It can't think calmly, it can't think smoothly. And she's just trying to help him to understand, what's the worst thing that happens? We lose. Okay, that's the worst thing. That's okay though. We give everything we have, and she's saying these things to just try and relieve the stress and pressure on her partner, because at times I have seen him become a little bit tense and maybe not play as free, whereas at the moment they are riding this wave and no one can touch him. As a combination, Feng's attack, he's a tall guy, he can hit steep, he can hit hard. Huang Dongping gets in the attack. On the defence, she has the best defence out of any of the female players in the world. I mean, I would have liked her defence. She has an incredible defence. She's good in the first 4. She has variation. She's just so solid. You have to work so hard to win the point against her. And yeah, she does have a few moments where her level dips slightly, but this is why they've won tournaments, because her consistency. And this is the thing that creates legends, and it is the consistency. It's not actually how amazing that match was. Everybody wants to see an elaborate game that looks beautiful, but also legends are made because of their consistency to maintain the highest level. And this is what Huang Dongping especially has done so well. Now Feng he's doing really, really well, and I think now maybe things are just clicking that bit better. I also think at the moment there was only one player, which was Dechapol, that could really challenge them. But yeah, the Chinese, so good. If I'm going to be crazy fussy, Huang Dongping, her explosive movement can maybe be quicker, and that's me being like ridiculously fussy. With Feng, sometimes his shot selection is questionable, sometimes, and that is me being super fussy. Otherwise, they're exceptional every area, and they are the best in the world. They are. As a pair, you improve together, you win together, you lose together, and she's doing everything she can do to help him in those stressful situations. And I do think full credit to him, because since that surprise, whatever you want to call it, that performance that maybe wasn't quite to their level, we have seen phenomenal consistency. We have seen a very, very impressive pair, and can they continue that consistency? This is the big thing, and this is the almost exciting thing. I think it's brilliant that China tried to mix the pairs up. For me, didn't really work, to be honest. They accepted it didn't work, and instead of trying to keep that going, they said, fine, it was an idea, it didn't work, no problem, let's go back and revert the pairs back, and it's done pretty well. You got 1 and 2 in the world by quite a bit.
Feng and Huang Dongping aim to start their European leg by recapturing the title they won 3 years ago in Germany. And you can follow their progress at the Super 300 event by downloading our BWF app, Badminton for You. As always, let us know your thoughts, comments, and questions on our Facebook and YouTube pages. See you soon!